is Uncle Morris.
I stand in candlelight with my hands upon my eyes. There's a passion in my prayers that rends the skies. For a mother's tears can shatter every gate that bars the way. All the heavens will echo those words that mothers say.
V'zakeni, v'zakeni, take my children by the hand, help them walk along your way. May they never go astray. May they know you as I know you. Oh Hashem, accept my plea. Give me children who give nachas.
V'zakeni, v'zakeni, take my children by the hand, help them walk along your way. May they never go astray. May they know you as I know you. Oh Hashem, accept my plea. Give me children who give nachas. V'zakeni.
My home is dark and still. There's a void inside.
Mazel tov. Valerie and I are delighted to extend to you our warmest good wishes on the occasion of your BatMitzvah. Now, your very special day is taking place between the reading of the Parshiot of Va'etchanan behind us and Eikev ahead of us. In Va'etchanan, we have read the first paragraph of the Shema, and in Eikev we'll be reading the second paragraph. Now, there are a number of mitzvot which appear in both, such as the mitzvah to love Hashem, the mitzvah to teach Torah, the mitzvot of mezuzah and tefillin, but there is a significant difference between the two paragraphs. The first paragraph is in the singular, addressed to each and every one of us in our own individual capacity, while the second paragraph is in the plural, addressed to all of us as an integral part of our people. Tziviah, until now, you as an individual have been preparing yourself for this great moment, at which time you're becoming a fully fledged member of the adult community of Am Yisrael, and from now onwards, in the spirit of the second paragraph of the Shema, you have a responsibility to all of Klal Yisrael. And in looking for a role model to guide and inspire you, you are so blessed to have your dear and extraordinary parents, Rabbi Pinchas and Rabbi Zangila Hackenbroch, who set such a wonderful example of devotion and commitment to our entire people and through our people to our society. And from them, you can learn, as I'm sure you are, together with your siblings, how to be outstanding in your own personal right and at the same time to pull your weight in order to give a contribution of immense value to our people and to all of society. Tziviah, may HaKadosh Baruch Hu bless you in your life ahead of you, to have good health and happiness, joy and fulfillment always. And just like the other members of your wonderful family, may you always be a great credit to us all. Mazel Tov.
Thank you, Chief Rabbi, for that beautiful, beautiful message on the occasion of our Simcha. Siman Tov or Mazel Tov, we are delighted to welcome each and every one of you, family and friends from around the world, to join us on the BatMitzvah of our daughter Tziviah. It means the world to us to have each and every one of you with us for this special occasion. In particular, I want to welcome and say how much it means to Gila and I and all the kids to have mum and dad, grandma and grandpa, as well as mama, mummy, who is in Tziviah, and mum and dad who are in Edgware, both of them Zooming, and we miss them being with us in person. The Simcha is not the same. And we also, of course, miss being with us, our community. Usually, of course, we would be celebrating as a community together, and please God, we will in the future. So we look forward in sharing many more simchas with each and every one of you. In this way, please God, we'll have good news and come back together as family and as a community. Amen.
Walking down the streets, I look alive. No one knows what's going on inside. So much I cannot do. Just wanna be more like you. Does it even pay to try? I know 1 billion stars come out at night. Each one with their own purpose, their own life. Those stars are just like me, their own identity. It's all in my state of mind. Because I'm lost in a million. In a million, I'm lost in a million. In a million, I know in my heart, no one can play my part. That makes every one of us
To my dearest Tziviah, it feels so strange to give you a very personal message at this occasion. We are not in shul, we are not in a home, yet we are home. But at the same time, we are joined by hundreds of your family and your dearest and closest friends here in Woodside Park. Strange? It has definitely been over these couple of months. Some days it was good strange, and other days it was more challenging strange. For you, Tziviah dearest, it has been many days of difficult days when you realized that you would not be having a celebration like your sister and celebrate this milestone as she did before you. And you've gone through many stages of different emotions to finally come to celebrate today. I would like to take this incredible special moment in time to give you a message to travel with you forever. 12 years ago, just 6 weeks before you were born, I lost my Bubba. She was Bubba to so many, and her loss, despite being 89, came as a shock to us all. Bubba was so excited. Would be named after her, Tziviah. Bubba was a Holocaust survivor, yet she went on to build a beautiful family and was the matriarch of our whole large family and merited to see a 5th generation born during her lifetime. You would always see her with her Tehillim, and she would always end every single conversation with Mashiach Hayom. Please let Mashiach come today. And why do I mention this? Why do I tell you this right now? Because interestingly, despite our daily yearning for the end of the exile and Moshiach to come, this time of year, the time that you were born, is the time when we are actively commanded to sit and reflect on the loss of our temple and yearn for the coming of the Moshiach, who will help us build the 3rd and final temple. And you are named after your Bubba that yearned for him to come every single day of her life. You asked me, Tziviah, on Tisha B'Av, just a couple of days ago, what is it, Mommy, that we're really upset about today? What is it? How would it be different today? I love your questions. I love all of your questions, kids. But Tziviah, I love your questions. And often you make me dig deep to satisfy your yearning, to know and understand our Jewish values. I try to explain to you that my pain and our people's pain on the day is that we lost having Hashem's presence publicly with us. Often we might feel alone and not able to feel his presence right beside us, even though we know that he's here with us. I explained to you, Tziviah, that it feels like there's a mist between us, and we need to sometimes work very, very hard to get through that mist, to really feel his presence. Today, when things happen, we don't often understand how it fits into our lives and what it is that we lost. But this is exactly what we lost when we lost our temple. We lost Hashem's open presence with each and every one of us. Our loss is having that open relationship with Hashem, not just knowing that he's here with us every step of the way, but really experiencing it and knowing and understanding and even feeling it, that all that happens to us is for us to enable to grow into the people that we need to become. Tziviah, you're a very deep thinker, and you want to understand and you want to know. And you'll also give your opinion if you don't agree or don't understand something. But I know that you don't want to understand just to get out of things. You want to understand because you want to embrace and enjoy our precious Torah and mitzvot. Keep doing that, Tziviah. And obviously, you know I will add, always in a respectful way, but in order to grow, we need to question and we need to understand and form our own personal relationship with Hashem. Seems like a very heavy theme, right? That I've chosen to share with you today. But Tziviah, listen carefully, as I will explain why it fits with your journey ahead. After Tisha B'Av, and after the most painful times, we get to read and learn the most beautiful Haftarot, this past Shabbos and all the way to Rosh Hashanah. It tells us of Hashem's love and devotion to us. It shares with us how Hashem, despite the hardship that we've just endured, wants to be close to us. And when the temple burned down, Hashem didn't go into hiding. Even though we must sometimes need to work really, really hard to feel him. Do you know where he went when the temple burned down? He has joined us in exile. He has left his temple in Jerusalem to walk alongside us every step of our way. And he wants nothing more than for us to seek him out and have a close, or in your language, a tight or bestie relationship with him. All he asks for is for us to reach out to him. And he has even given us the Torah and mitzvot as a guidebook to forge that relationship. So to Papi and me, it makes full sense that you were born at this time of year. Because on the one hand, you are a super sensitive child, which means that you feel everyone and everything very, very deeply, and it often hurts you. But on the other hand, Shefila, you have an innate passion for happiness and confidence that allows you to bring smiles and joy everywhere you go. You come home from school hoarse and from camp because, as you tell us, I just couldn't stop singing and laughing with all my friends. In the words of your principal, Mrs. Glick, Tziviah has been blessed with all the best things, from her dimples that display her cuteness and chayim, to an inner joie de vivre that is infectious and much needed in this world. You are born during a time when we merge the darkness with the light, alongside the deep pain of the loss of our temple and our personal challenges. We encounter everlasting love and hope from Hashem. Often, my dearest girl, this is the journey in life. And you have already in your young life experienced that with the way you've worked through your disappointment of having to change your vision for today, demonstrating that we are able to merge both and do life brilliantly. My blessing to you, my lovely, gorgeous, and very, very precious Tziviah, is that Hashem continue to shower his blessings over you, and that you continue to manage to always find the light amongst the darkness, the hope alongside the fear, the joy alongside the tears, and despite being in exile, still feeling Hashem's presence very, very close to you. And I know, Tziviah, that on your journey, you will find a way to inspire others to do the same. We thank Hashem every single day for allowing us to be your parents and watch you develop into the incredible girl that you are.
Hi, my name is Tziviah, and thank you so much for coming tonight to help me celebrate my BatMitzvah with you all. You being here with me tonight is what helps me mark this special birthday and really makes it special for me. As a BatMitzvah girl, I now join my big sister and 3 brothers in being responsible for keeping the mitzvahs and developing into a responsible and mindful person, aware of all the footprints I leave behind. I've been thinking a lot about that and reflecting on what mitzvahs I was looking forward to keeping, and those that possibly I was not sure yet about. It was fun going shopping with my mother and getting loads of new skirts and dresses and tops that would adhere to the laws of Tznius. But when I had to fast the whole day this past Thursday, I am not sure I am looking forward to doing that again. But in all seriousness, as becoming BatMitzvah is really a serious milestone in my life. This is my transition from little girlie to a daughter of the mitzvahs, and I am expected to be more thoughtful and considerate, as I now belong to the adults rather than the children. Let me share with you a bit about myself and why it was so important for me to share today with all of you. When I was a wee Scottish lass, just 6 weeks old, my parents took me on a plane journey all the way to Woodside Park Shore. I remember I was wearing the most gorgeous outfit. It had pink and white stripes. And just before my mother went into the meeting with important people, I threw up all over her. In hindsight, I should have been more considerate, but you know us babies. During the interview, when they were discussing very important things about the show, I was passed around the room. Everybody was very smiley and lovely. They had very different accents to the people I knew in Glasgow, but I didn't mind it at all. Then my parents left me with then the head of the Cheder, whom they trusted up as definitely someone being able to look after a baby. And guess what? That same person, Stephen Wolf, is the chairman of the show today, as I am being Bas Mitzvah. We definitely go a long way back. The strangers I met when I was just a couple of weeks old have become our friends and family, and over these past 12 years, we have shared many life cycle events, Yom Tovim, and basically every part of my life. And I have loved every moment of it. That's why it was so important to me and my family to share tonight with you all. Dear Woodside Park family, as I embark on the next chapter of my life, I look forward to sharing with you the areas that I hope to develop and grow in. As you all know me, I love to sing and dance and also tell a good joke. I love it when people around me are happy and smiling. And when they are sad, it makes me sad too. In these days after Tisha B'Av, when we have mourned and cried over the loss of our Beis HaMikdash and having Hashem's presence upon you with us, I look forward to the verses, Nachamil, Nachamil, Amin. Take comfort, my dear people, as I am with you, says Hashem. This is a time when Hashem wants us to rejoice and be happy and realize that despite not being able to always feel His presence, He is always here right beside us. I've been thinking a lot about the type of person I would like to become, possibly a nurse or teacher or even a singer, as these jobs will really show my character traits and help other people have happier and better lives. So having long conversations about it with my mother, my question to her was, we all know that I love to make people happy. What does the Torah say about happiness and bringing joy and laughter into the world? I want to share with you what I learned about happiness. We think that happiness comes with the things we get. If I get my new trainers or latest iPad, invited to that party, then really it's all going to start, and then I will be happy. The Torah comes to teach us that happiness is a state of mind, happening right here, right now, despite what is happening around us. I understood from that if I decide to start focusing on being happy, no matter what I have, or get, or achieve, I will be happy. It took me a couple of days to really understand this, but I started to work on it. In the morning, as soon as I got out of bed, I smiled at my siblings and looked at things that I can be grateful for. The sunshine, clean clothes in the cupboard, milk in the fridge for my cereal, and that the houseboat was recharged for my daily school lessons. All those things that I didn't think about before really made me feel warm inside and helped me keep a smile on my face. And do you know what I realized very quickly? That when others saw me smiling, they would also smile. And after a few days, I realized that it's not the big party or the tension or having my hair done and getting lots of presents that would make me and everybody else happy. I still want all of that, but actually, me starting to be happy right now, right here, made everyone around me happy too. So rather than think about what job I want to do in the future that will make people happy, I'm going to try to teach and every day to think about things that I am grateful for. I will remember each day to appreciate all the small things around me. And in this way will make myself and all those around me happy. My first lesson as a BatMitzvah girl is to focus on the now and appreciate all the goodness that we have. And hopefully my happiness will be contagious to those around me and will cause for Mashiach and the rebuilding of the third and final BatMitzvah. Dear Chief Rabbi Mervin, thank you for your very kind and warm words. I wish you and Rebbetzin Valerie a Shana Tova U'Metuka. Dear Andrea and family, thank you for holding our hands and making today and my Bas Mitzvah happen. At this time, I am thinking about the female role models in my family, from whom I learned so much. I want to mention Baba Nani at this point and wish my grandmother long life and tell her how much I miss her. I know how proud she would have been of me today. I also want to mention Baba, after whom I am named. She told my mother just a couple of months before I was born that it would be so nice for Tamar to have a little sister, and then she passed away. A couple of weeks later, I am so lucky to be named after her. I am the luckiest girl in the world to have the two most fabulous grandmothers. Grandma, we love coming to tea to your house and make sure we leave with lots of chocolates. Hope Corona passes quickly and we can spend Shabbos together again soon. You're so kind and funny and spend so many hours of playing games with us, and I love every moment of it. Boma, this is the time we usually spend with you in Tziviah. We come for 6 weeks and turn you flat, upside down, and have such fun eating lots of ice cream. And every year you make me a surprise birthday party in the canyon with my Israeli cousins, who I'm really missing this year. Boma, you are so brave, and from whom I learn to be strong and to always be happy with a huge smile. No matter what happens, you are just amazing. I am so lucky to have such amazing role models in my immediate family. All my very special aunties and cousins, I love having you in my life. You make every day special for me. Thank you. Tamar, my big sister, where should I start? In whatever situation there is, you always look at the positive side and always have a smile on your face. So Tamar, you are the first thing I am grateful for in the gratitude journal that I am now going to start. Tehillah, thank you for making our house a mess, but also a very happy place with lots of cuddles and love. Sleep tight. I know this is all about the female role models, but I couldn't make a speech without mentioning my grandfather and brothers. Grandpa, you always make me laugh, and I love your special sweet jar. I love you. Now my brothers. They are the coolest, funnest, and special Bruce. I love you all. Yosef, I will miss you when you go back to yeshiva next week. Mommy and Papi, how can I start? You have done so much for me. Mommy, they have become real art painters, but I think Taylor is catching up soon. I love bonding with you, and thank you for being the best mother ever. I love you. Papi, you are the funniest father ever, and I loved it when you picked me up from camp and made a dance in front of all my friends. Thank you for being the best father ever. I love you. And of course, thank you everyone else for supporting me and for being here virtually tonight. Thank you.
Never did I think I'd be home to celebrate your BatMitzvah. Tziviah, I can't believe you're a Bas Mitzvah already, my little sis.
Wow, now I have a companion who is growing up.
Although we fight, deep in my heart, I love you.
Wow, what an amazing role model you are, Tziviah.
Tziviah, we are so proud of how you came to challenge of Corona, and we are so proud of you. We love you. Don't worry about the failures. Worry about the chances you'll miss when you don't even try. You only fail when you stop trying.
Aim for the moon. If you miss, you'll reach the stars.
Always remember, do what is right, not what is easy.
And lastly, be yourself. Everyone else is already taken.
Tziviah, take these advices to anywhere you go in life. We believe in you and know you'll always make us so proud.
Keep that beautiful smile on your gorgeous face, because when I see it, I feel in a really good mood.
Keep singing. We all enjoy your beautiful voice.
Keep those hugs coming. I love them.
Keep making us those stunning cards. Without them, we won't get any birthday cards.
Keep being that amazing sister. I love them. I've spent the last year learning about prayer and getting a deeper understanding. And as your big sister, I would like to take this opportunity as you're becoming BatMitzvah to share it with you. Tziviah, we are told to pray to Hashem when we want something. But Tziviah, have you ever experienced a time when you asked Hashem for something and you didn't get what you wanted? Think of Moshe Rabbeinu in this week's Sedra, praying 515 times, trying to get into the land of Israel. He didn't give up and he kept on asking again. Hashem always hears our prayers, and sometimes he will say, no. Do you know that Hashem is really saying, I hear you, my child. And although what you want is, you want it really badly, but I know the bigger picture, and I know this is not what is best for you right now. Tziviah, let me tell you, this can be really difficult, especially when you really want something very deeply. But as your big sister, I am telling you to keep davening. Don't ever stop. Learn from Moshe. He never gave up. And here's a little secret I want to share with you. Hashem loves our prayers. And when you daven, it makes you into a better, more spiritual person. It's kind of like a poet or a painter who works in sweat and finally produces a wonderful masterpiece that flows right from the heart. Good luck with your own personal masterpiece. And my prayer to you is that all your prayers should be heard by Hashem for the good. I want to share with you, as now you have the opportunity to say your own prayer after you take challah for your very first time.
Thank you, Tamar. As Tamar just told you, Shekula, that Hashem always wants to hear our prayers. And we are lucky as women that we have 3 mitzvahs, 3 commandments, especially for women, which are known, and it says in the sages, are a very, very, very special time to daven. And today we have the opportunity for you to take challah as a BatMitzvah girl for your very first time. And I'm going to take Tamar's message and tell you, after you've made the bracha, this is a time that the gates of heaven are open. Close your eyes, dear Shekula, and think about prayers for yourself, for your family, and for those that need them. So we're going to take challah together for your first time. So you're going to make the bracha. So the here's the challah, and after you make the bracha, you're going to take a piece of dough and you're going to say, Harei zu challah. And then you're going to close your eyes and make a quick prayer. So first you're going to make the bracha. Is it not there? So it's Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvah v'tzivanu lahafresh challah min ha'isa. And lift it. And we're going to say, Harei zu challah.
Harei zu challah.
Now is the moment where you can close your eyes. Make it special.
Tziviah, I am so emotional having heard the touching, moving words from your siblings and the beautiful message that Mummy gave you tonight. Before I give you a blessing, I want to just say a couple of thank yous. None of this would have been possible without the assistance and help of the PAS family. And I want to say a massive thank you to the PAS family for enabling us and ensuring that all the tech that went with this Zoom worked well. Thank you so much for everything that you've done tonight and that you do on an ongoing basis. And last but not least, there is only one more person that I want to thank, and that is Mummy. Because Mummy is the one who somehow, amidst all this chaos and madness, with so much going on in the community, going on in her work, she always finds and makes time for the family and for us. And therefore I want to say a big thank you to Mummy on behalf of all of us for everything you're doing. Tziviah, sweetie, we've heard so much about what you should do in terms of blessings, importance of blessing and prayer. There is, you mentioned it about your Haftorah, the Haftorah from the portion that we read yesterday, that it mentions the words, it starts off, Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami. Comfort, O comfort my people. It's a double language which seems to be redundant. And I'd like to suggest that the words of the prophet we can take as a message for ourselves. The same way that those words comforted our nation and our people at the time of their struggles, the destruction of the temple and the exile that followed. So those words, those timeless words, are relevant to you and to each and every one of us. And I think it works like this. The hardest thing in life is when a person feels when they've got struggles and they find themselves all alone. Nachamu, Nachamu, Ami. We are doubly comforted. Comforted first and foremost by the Almighty, by Hashem, who is always walking side by side in whatever happens in our lives, always wanting the best for us to see our success, but at the same time, he's there supporting us in the most difficult and challenging times. And you should remember that message whenever you face challenges, like you have during COVID, in preparation for the Simcha. You should remember that message. But there is a second blessing, I think, a message in the second Nachum. And that is there is a comfort in knowing that amongst our family and friends, we are also comforted, we are not alone. To know that we have such an incredible support system, amazing family, amazing friends, incredible community, together with the first comfort of the Almighty, enables us to know and empowers us that whatever we face in life, we will be able to succeed and overcome. And that is our blessing to you. That please God, you should continue to be a source of nachas. You should go on to accomplish and achieve great things. Be you. Don't try and be anyone else, because we love you just the way you are. Now I'm going to give you the bracha. Yisimech Elohim Kesor Rivka Rocha V'Leah Yivarecha Adonai B'Shmecha Yonai Panav Elecha B'Yifuneka Yisanai Panav Elecha V'Yisenecha Shalom. May Hashem bless you and keep you. May Hashem cause his countenance to shine upon you and be gracious to you. And may Hashem give you peace and guide you in the path of truth all the days of your life. Amen.
Amen.
I stand in candlelight with my hands upon my eyes. There's a passion in my prayers that rends the skies. For a mother's tears can shatter every gate that bars the heavens will echo those words that mothers say. V'zakeni, take my children by the hand.